What is happening? It's your boy, Tuan Sticky Icky, and I'm here with some more information. I just have a particular style and manner that I approach everything in life with, where I need absolute answers. I don't sit and do the dance that everybody else does, where they just let everybody do whatever they want and just take all the trash and live with it. I never settle for that, okay? So I have this ability to like step on the throttle and just floor whatever I'm doing and just send it. So maybe it comes from skateboarding, I'm not sure. I don't know where it comes from, but I do it everywhere. Everything doesn't matter. And I've wanted to do this topic where I discuss how it wasn't very long playing mobile video games where I was like, yo, mobile video games are pretty much straight up garbage, but they represent real life. They're garbage, but you almost have to play it because it's your real life, right? What do I mean when I say that? Well, it's because it's the same ruling that occurs in society. It just translates and transfers straight into the mobile video game world. Like it's no different. Okay? I already had those feelings, and then everything was just instilled by my ability to just smash the throttle to the floor, pedal to the metal, balls to the wall. I forget what other terms you could use, but I'm talking about like just send it no matter what you do. Otherwise you'll never find answers like I find. So I got into Atlas Earth, trying to make money using my phone and not involving, interaction with other people. Because I'm good at dealing with people, and this is going to make me sound like the Office Space guy, which is even better that Elon Musk pulled the meeting with the Bobs move on the United States government. Hilarious. Like, I can't remember who said that, but that is straight up what's going on. I got a meeting with the Bobs today. But yeah, so I've always wondered, because all the video games are the same. They all do like city building. There's always collections. You almost can't just sit and play a video game for like 3 or 4 hours in the same way that you used to. Like, I used to be able to sit down and play a simulation racing video game as long as I wanted. I could run the game for 24 hours, and that would, like, they had reward systems for however you want to play. So video games have taken a massive turn down this direction that makes zero sense, but that should remind you of real life. How many things are conflicting? How much information are you fed? Where it's like, if you want to hold that as a belief through your entire life, you almost have to shut out like 95% of media, because you're going to stick to your guns and you're only going to go to the same church that you go to, or whatever belief system, however you support it. So mobile video games. My first assumption was, I'm like, all this is fish in a barrel. Most of these mobile games are going to be pay to win. That's life. Life is pay to win. You either have the money to pay and you're winning, or you don't have the money and you're not winning. It's the same thing with mobile video games. Pay to win. So, fish in a barrel, pay to win. What is the great lure? There isn't one. It's like everyone who plays mobile video games gets the same impression that I do. They just don't know how to tackle it. I'm somebody who actually tackles it because I know what I'm up against. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm fighting when I'm fighting it. It doesn't matter what the person says. They could say they know nothing about what I'm talking about. They know at least a compartmentalized version of what I'm referring to. They at the very least know something, but they don't know the whole picture. And so I'll be there spitting out all this information, I'll be spitting out the whole picture, and all their minions are only fed a compartmentalized piece, a tiny little bit of information. So like they only know this little key point. And when I come over and start talking, they're like dumbfounded by how much, information I have to unload. And they just start calling me crazy because, they don't want to divulge the fact that they had a piece of information on me ahead of time, in a non-natural way, fed to them by somebody who spies on me, right? So I got into this game called Warpath, and I found, I tried to find a server where I could maybe be alone, right? Like I was like, I'm not gonna go to the whatever server it puts me on. And this is funny because this is like it's like a video gamer thing now. There's rules that like I said, all the video games have city building, city planning, resource collections, gathering. It's hard. I don't know what. There's a name for the style of game, but what is it? Yeah, it's strategy based or something like that. But there's so many that are almost exactly the same. They're just rebranded, and then they just like up the budget on particular portions of that game. So like it looks slightly different, but it's the same platform. Like someone sold a platform and they're like, you can build off of this platform, as high budget, mid budget, low budget as you want. There's going to be different offerings. So like some games will have like super high budget aspect. You'll notice. So if they're all the same, I picked this, one of the rules for this style of game where there's like a giant map and then everybody interacts with each other. Usually those run, like almost all video games run on servers, but like that's definitely a one where it's a server situation. And it's weird. They have like stages that the servers go through. Like if it's a new server and you're one of the first players on a server, there's like weird growth stages where you there has to be so many players, it has to be so active, and then you get more content or something. It's really weird how that works. But one of the examples that carries over, like I'm saying, all of them are the same. Like if you find a particular game, there's going to be like 100 different versions of that exact game, but just slightly altered, low budget, mid budget, and then like different information. So as soon as you reach level 12 in these type of games, you are no longer allowed to transfer, and that's so they can maintain health, right? Because if they want to make it to where only nerds who know all of the stuff that I know can actually walk into a game and get the experience they want. This is another example of real life tactics being applied through a crappy ass little mobile video game that's garbage, right? Okay, so sorry about all the noise in the background. I almost want to delete this video, but we'll see how it goes. Sorry, YouTube. Maybe Rumble, wherever I throw this. Let's see. So in this Warpath game, you're allowed to transfer after level 25, but you need to be so successful. So there you go. You have to uphold the game, keep the server you're currently on healthy until you've maxed out almost. Like I think you can go like well past 25, but you're essentially at your peak in the game, and you needed to. They've gotten whatever dedication they needed from you on that server. They'll let you go somewhere else. So I know, because I'm a targeted individual, I know I can't just get on a mobile video game and expect a normal experience. That's flat out not going to happen. As soon as whoever has me digitally compromised figures out what server I'm on, I'm done. That's it. They're not going to let me finish. And I don't I did start mobile video game originally because I didn't want to keep up with the expensive costs of brand new consoles. Like, once consoles started becoming the same price as a personal computer, there's a reason I don't have a personal computer. It's because when you're trying to build an up-to-date, cutting-edge computer, you got to have high dollar. Like, if you really want a good computer, you got to throw down so that you can get the top tier equipment right when it comes out. It's not just to be cool. That's how you get the money's worth. It seems crazy. You're like, oh, it's so expensive, you'll never get your money's worth out of it. That's the only way to get your money's worth out of it, because if you wait for the price to drop, there's a brand new card above that, and it's kind of like an old cell phone. Now no one supports your old platform or your old gear, right? And this is already going on with my Xbox 360. It's like, yo, there's certain DLC that you either got when the game was hot and the support was there for Xbox 360, because all of it's onto the new Xbox stuff. They don't even, they might not even keep talking to you on the phone if you're talking about 360 stuff. They'll be like, we'll talk to you about all the new stuff, and then we'll just give you links for 360 information. So if you want the full support and the ability to get a hold of all the DLC that you want right when it comes out, and get your money's worth, like I'm saying, before things expire and there's something else, and then the only way it would be worth it to me to wait for something to price drop is if I got it for free, because you're gonna get that, and then all the support's gonna die out, and it's gonna be obsolete before you know it. Alright, so I already know I can't just join any mobile video game and everything's going to be fine. They're going to be just destroying any efforts within that game, and that's what they do. So and I talk about firefighters harassing me. Well, I have a video of me having to move my base in Star Trek Fleet Command, and if you play Star Trek Fleet Command, you'll understand exactly what happened. That's the only way you're going to know how obscure and peculiar this occurrence was, because I had to search for a while. You have to actually send your ship to each corner of the system, and there's a node that has 4 or 5 systems on each node, and then there might even be an additional system on the other side of one of the systems attached to the node. So sometimes there's a node that's a system with 5 systems attached to that node, and then a system pops off of one of those. So sometimes there's 2 nodes or 2 systems attached to one node that is a system, and then there's singular systems throughout that branch off to the nodes. So there's systems all over. It's this big old map of systems, right? There is somebody's base. Somebody puts their base in almost all of these systems. But there are systems where there are nobody, right? And so I was going around like, okay, well, I'm not going to do this one because, you know, there's no mining at all. So I was like, all right, I'll pick one with mining, but I'm going to pick par steel mining, because who is going to home their base in a par steel mine? That's only a noob who just started the game, and like the game put your base in a par steel mining system, which is the cheapest. Like, the game gives you so much free par steel, it's pointless to ever hook your ship up to a par steel mine in Star Trek Fleet Command. I almost want to say that as a level 20 account right now, and I'm not even like a big fan of the game. I've just gotten as far as I've gotten in order to make money through a Playwell app. Okay, so I made a video in Star Trek of me having to move my base because a firefighter, and not just any firefighter, found me on my server in Star Trek Fleet Command in a system that nobody uses. Nobody was homing their base there, and there's nobody in the other systems too. Like, I could have picked a neighboring node and been fine, but no. So not only did a firefighter find me and put his base next to me, but it was a Phoenix fire, which is where I'm from, where I am right now. So that's an example. That's a perfect example of real life nonsense BS, where you'll catch me talking mad garbage on all first responders. You'll hear me talking just the worst. I'll call them pedophiles. I'll call them dirtbags. I'll put first responders all the way down into the gutter. I'll be stepping on them. I'll be smashing them. I'll be burning their flags. I'll be completely talking them all, like, I'll be talking a mess all day. All the worst name calling. I don't trust any first responders. You won't catch me like, I have almost zero respect. As soon as they do something that's not cool, they don't have my respect. Like, they have almost negative respect until they show me a reason to respect them. And that's because they don't know an end to messing with you, right? So they'll go into Star Trek, find your base, and name themselves Phoenix Fire Department. Whether the guy is actually Phoenix Fire Department or not, who knows? But I think it's a Phoenix Fire guy that plays Star Trek, that's on Discord, and all they do is they have like their own little secret chat room that only first responders are allowed. Like, I bet you every fucking mobile video game that wants you to use their Discord, every single last one of the Discord servers, unless it's a private Discord, that one of the, like a fan-made private Discord of that video game, these sirens right now are not for an emergency. They're because of what I'm talking about. This is because they know I'm spitting some facts right now. Cold, hard facts. The sirens are for me. It's not for an emergency. So they will find you in a mobile video game, and they will crush your ability to progress in a mobile video game. First responders do not leave you alone. They will find you wherever you're at and mess with you. So, Phoenix Fire in a Star Trek Fleet Command video game. How does that make any sense? Right? So there's my connection, real life, to mobile video gaming. It's all pay to win. It's all fish in a barrel. All they do is they're this big 3 million account, and you're like 1.2 million, and all they do is come by and crush you. You don't even have a chance to heal your base back up to 100%. You rehome, go put your base up. You're healing at 2%. You like finally reach 25%. And guess what? The first responders are back to crush you and destroy your base. And now you got to relocate again. It's real life. They do that in real life. They make sure that you go buy a house and you're trying to like resource collect, and like as soon as they see you getting somewhere, then they crush it, make you move. Now you have to figure out how to resource collect all over again. You don't even know what your neighborhood's like. Trust me, it's if you play mobile video games, you will notice it is a mirror universe. Like, so back to Discord. Every mobile video game wants you to watch the YouTube channel, get on their Discord server. I guarantee there's a section for first responders for every Discord video game server. So, and you're not allowed to access it. Only first responders. Like, if you're a first responder and you join the server and another first responder notices, or whatever state agency you're a part of, and you jump on there and they notice, you're automatically allowed into this like secret backdoor chat room. So all these guys need to do, they're not even on one server. They don't even make everybody join one server. All they do is put a backdoor in on every server. And now, if they know you play a certain video game, they just go and probe the server that video game uses, find someone that plays that video game, it's a firefighter or a state agency. They have pretty much their pick of the gamut of who to use. I bet they could have picked anything they wanted for Star Trek, because there's a lot of people that play it. I bet it was not hard to find somebody that's a firefighter that plays Star Trek, that's higher level than me, that can come over and muscle me around inside the video game. Like, you think I'm making this up. So back to Warpath. Found Warpath. I'm playing Warpath. And I found a server to try and be alone on. Turns out there's no way to be alone there. Because if you're alone, they make their home in the place where people think they could be alone. Which is funny, because I went to... there's all these cities all over the world that you can go to. I went to a city in Germany. Right? So people refer to the United States as the Fourth Reich. That's not me. That's the world. The world says the United States is the Fourth Reich. If you're a United States citizen, that's not a common thing for you to know. If you're someone like me, you know that the whole world does not like the USA fully. They don't really like us because they honestly believe the United States is the Fourth Reich. Okay, that's a real nickname for the United States because of Operation Paperclip. All right, so if you haven't done your homework, start with Operation Paperclip, and then you can figure out why someone might call us the Fourth Reich. It makes a lot of sense. And there's people that say that Walt Disney is Hitler, identical twins if they're not, and I don't know how that would make any sense. There's no way they're twins. It's you'll have to figure that one out yourself. So back to Warpath, back into Warpath here. Let's stay focused. I find a city in Germany where the Third Reich was, and I think I can be alone, right? Well, there's one giant alliance. All right, back to me, just smashing the throttle. I'm sending it. I'm like, yo, I found an alliance that seemed like they were independent. Things went well for a minute, but then they just started getting destroyed, and I felt like it was because of me, but apparently that's what they do to the whole server. Because there's only 2 real alliances, and now there's really only one. So they completely took over it was right and left wing, and like either the right or the left wing just completely took over the other wing. And it's so big and F off that now it's all just one alliance. And the dudes that were in the alliance that I originally joined, they jumped ship as soon as they got attacked and somebody messaged them. They're like, you're going to get attacked no matter what. This is how it is. This is going to be how it is. If you start an alliance, you're going to get crushed before you start it, is the message that was sent to me, is the message that was sent to the people that started my alliance. I didn't listen to that. I'm like, no way. You can't force me into anything. I don't care if that's going to be successful or what. Like, if I was still trying to complete my cash offer, I may have done it. But at this point, I had already made the money I needed to make, I'm just playing the game just to play the game. At this point, I'm trying to see how far I can progress in the game, how fast. So I'm still doing it as if I'm getting paid, but it's just to see, like, if I can start a new account and get paid again, you know, even more. So I'm trying to feel this out. They invite me, and I'm like, no way, I'll never join your alliance. Never, ever. I already know what you are. So I'm talking mad garbage to these guys. Like, I'm saying, you guys are just straight garbage. I'll never join, blah, blah, blah. It's back and forth. They keep destroying my base. Yeah. They have nothing to do because the server's so dead, because this is all they do. And I'm starting to talk about the health of the server. I'm like, yo, you guys are getting people to quit the game. This server has to be the most trash server of the whole entire game. I bet you can go anywhere else and you won't have this experience. For whatever reason, you made this city in Germany have this terrible experience. And I ended up there. Okay, so people are joining my alliance that I've freshly took over. I've changed the name. I've put all my info in. I'm like, yo, this is what's going on. They're going to destroy us. We have to, if we're going to do our own alliance, it has to be in a very specific way. We got to be proactive in making sure that we have the shortest build times, and that we only build when we can achieve the shortest build times, so that this stuff pops up overnight and they can't just crush us immediately as soon as they see us starting to build. Because I'm I'm like the only guy on the server that's actually trying to play the game. Because I'm so straight and I'm shooting like such facts. I'm like, you know, anybody who's real and plays the game and wants to start their own alliance, which is most people. Most people pick up a game, they don't want to join an alliance because then they have to deal with some other group that they either can't line their schedule up with to stay in the alliance, because you might be able to join a good alliance, but they're going to kick you out as soon as you log off, because some of these guys never log off. That's your first sign that you've joined the ultimate alliance. So this is where I'm going. All video games apparently have this back door in the Discord, and that back door leads to the ultimate alliance of every video game. So every mobile video game is connected to an ultimate alliance that's going to control all the alliances. And that's what I bumped into. I knew what it was before I even bumped into it, or before I even had time to figure out the details. The details are just perfect. So I find people are joining my clan because yo, I need revenge. You know, these guys are terrible. This is the worst server. Everyone thinks the same thing as me if you're a normal person. If you're a regular person and you're not a part of this stupid program with first responders who just take dumps in everybody's faces every day, every hour of every day, just to make sure you don't ever get anywhere. Alright, so I find out that there's a main alliance that controls. There's an academy alliance that controls all of the alliances in Warpath. How did I find that out? Well, somebody came to me and they're like, hey, even internals were like, I can help you destroy it. But then they don't message me back. They put the idea out and then it goes cold. Another one comes up. This guy's from a completely different server. And I'm already suspicious because I already got spammed. Someone was asking me questions like, how old are you? Are you married? And it's like, what do you want? My social security next? Where do you live? And it's like, oh, where do you live? So I'm getting spammed. People are hitting me up like, yo, I'm down. We're going to do this. And then, that's a example of how compartmentalized some of these people are. Because 1 second you catch them on their own, if they're entirely in their own mind, they'll be on my side and they'll be like, yeah, let's go get revenge, let's shut this down. But as soon as they get fed some crack from the Super Alliance, oh, the Super Alliance likes you and they're going to give you everything you need, they all of a sudden think they've found the riches, you know? And so they'll drop the idea. They won't even remember they'll just completely forget that they offered to bring it down with me. And so somebody from a completely different server, because I was talking on the main page that talks to all the servers, trying to figure things out. Dude messages me, does a private message, and is like, all right. He's like, what level are these accounts? I'm like, most of them are level 20. You know, and if he's talking about transferring, which means he's level 25. You can't do it unless you're level 25. You'd either be level 12 or level 25, and there's no way he's offering to take down a massive alliance with a level 12 account. So he's level 25, trying to transfer over to my server. He's like, I think we can come over and shut him down. He's like, I've got a number of guys that are like level 24 at least and higher. We should be able to do it. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. That should work. Like if you have like close to 10 accounts, all level 24, you could crush almost anybody. It gets all the way to the point. He's like, all right, we're gonna be there at 7:30. Just, you know, you need to be ready to help me if I need your help. I need you scouting things and like getting the position, but we can't let anybody know that this communication is what pulled this all off. And I'm like, yeah, I will not say anything. I'll just be the guy that's like, oh wow, look at that, the one major alliance left after, even though I was like the only one talking mad garbage on him, like totally putting him down, like not caring. Like anybody on this alliance, you have zero intellect, because you're not actually playing the game, you're destroying the game. So there you go. The guy, he pulls out. He's like, okay, right at 7:30. I'm like, He's sending me messages. He's like, all right, so change of plans. I'm like, I was kind of expecting this, because this was too good to be true. No way did I immediately get my answer. And I was telling these guys before I talked to this dude, I'm like, I will bring you down. Your demise will be at my hand or by your own because of my hand. It'll be by your hand because my hand forced your hand to take yourself out. It's one of those two. I'm going to be the reason you're ending, is what I was talking on the server that I'm having problems on, right? And bam, this guy comes in. He's ready to help solve this problem with me. Even on my alliance page, I'm like, if you're joining this alliance, it's because you want to end the mega alliance. You want to stop them. So yeah, last minute guy comes back. He's like, all right, turns out we can't do this, because if I attack them, they're going to shut my alliance down. You see what I'm saying? Like, so they all answer to or are run by the same alliance. There's a mega alliance that controls all the little alliances. Same thing in real life. You think you're talking to a separate individual alliance. They're all the same. All of them are the same. There you go.